Hi guys, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be looking at two new cars that have come into my collection. We have the MiniGT Porsche 911 GT3r of Thomas Training from the Hub Auto Racing team. And we also have Sparky's rendition of Matteo Cairoli's Tsingtao 911 GT3r from Absolute Racing. Both cars from the 2023 Macau GT Cup. The Tsingtao car is a car I had before. I've had to repurchase after I sold when I sort of stopped collecting a few years ago. Now, both cars are 911 GT3Rs, so we'll do a little bit of a comparison between MiniGT and Sparky. At the moment, you'll see that I'll have quite a few 911 GT3Rs coming. I've ordered a few others that come from different brands, so we'll do a big comparison of all the different brands that make this model of GT3R. So look forward to that coming out. But for now, we'll have a little bit of a look at these cars. Training in the Hub Auto car would qualify 14th for the qualification race, but unfortunately he would crash out of the qualification race. He would then race in the main race, where he was able to push his way up through the field to finish a 15th place, so one place down from where he qualified in the qualifying race. The car itself, the liveries that they ran were a celebration of the 70th, I think the FIA GT World Cup 70th race at Macau, but I'm not necessarily sure if that is true. That would put it as starting in 1953. Actually, yeah, that does figure. I do know of cars that raced at Macau in the 50s. I've got a Triumph TR2 model that I'm working on, which is from Macau. So that does make sense that it could be the 70th running of the Macau Grand Prix. This model is very nicely done. It's quite expensive to buy now. I bought this for around £40, which for a Mini GT is a lot of money. The purple car I can't seem to find cheaper than £78 at the moment, so I'm keeping my eyes out for something better there. Training, a very good driver, gold rated. He was up and coming for Porsche. Now I think he is one of their platinum drivers, but he's definitely part of the factory program. Hub Auto, a very well-known team in Asia specifically, but have raced at Le Mans and things like that with Porsches, Ferraris, a few different cars over the years. This is a very nicely done model. Like I said, didn't have the most successful Macau GT debut. I think it was his debut that year. But yeah, a nice model to have in the collection. Moving on to Cairoli, this is the Tsingtao Absolute Racing. Absolute Racing is a team that everybody will recognise from racing at Macau. They've raced Audis, Bentleys, I think they're now racing Lamborghinis, but all sorts of cars they have run at Macau with varying degrees of success. Now, having a quick look, Cairoli qualified himself 11th. During the qualification race, he would finish... it looks like he was involved in an accident. I believe potentially these two cars actually came together. Both of them failed to finish lap 1. So that makes me think there was a collision. I can't remember off the top of my head how that race went down. Just having a quick look to see if I can see if there was anything. Training collided with a guardrail barrier at the entry to San Francisco Bend, while Cairoli stopped with heavy rear end damage after colliding with Yi. So it was two separate incidents that took the two cars out. But that's interesting to know. Cairoli, though, in the main race would come up to finish just ahead of Kevin Estre in the other Hub Auto car, so he would finish 11th. So he was a lot better at getting through the field in comparison to Training. Tsingtao car, like I said, I've had this car before. Now, I think there was a little bit of confusion with this car, because I have a feeling there was a car that was released with the incorrect number. I seem to remember my original release had the wrong number on it, but I could be wrong. But yeah, number 120, Absolute Racing. The Sparky is a nice model again. It feels like it's got a little bit more weight than the Mini GT, which is strange because the Mini GT, I'm fairly certain, it's got a metal base. It does. I'm sure this is plastic. No, it feels plasticky to me. How do the models compare? Let's have a look. So, if I get my fingers out of the way, you'll actually be able to see some of the details. On the back, I think the Mini GT wins. It's got a carbon fibre decal. on this detail, whilst this is just black, it looks like on the Sparky. I'm just holding it up into the direct sunlight. It is. I also seem to have some debris in the diffuser here. There's like some glue residue or something in here, which is not so grand from a quality control point of view. That's a shame. We've also got the rear wings slightly crooked as well, I noticed on the Sparky. Again, the Sparky's quality control, not quite as good as MiniGT, it seems. Get rivet detail on the rear window. Don't have that on the Sparky. We do have this silver part here in the boot lid, or the engine cover, if you like, on a 911, which isn't there on the hub auto. That could just be down to livery, though. There is some rivet detail on the side windows on the Sparky, but again, more so on the MiniGT. Is there brake discs on either of these cars? No, neither has brake discs that you'd see on like a tarmac works. Both very similar side intake detail. Both have got the latches. I say this latches, that's just a black sticker on this one. This one does have a little bit of detail on that latch. Tail lights. The MiniGT wins here as well. They're painted on the Sparky. Headlights, I'm going to give it to MiniGT 2. They've got the 4 different individual LEDs. The Sparky just has 2 by the looks of it. And again, if we look at those hood locks, they're just black on the Singtel livery. They've got some detail on them. The actual scoop on the front here, I would say the Sparky is ever so slightly better. Same with the fuel cap. I think that looks more realistic on the Sparky. Interestingly, this car has actually got it modelled so that you could put the fuel cap on either side, which is obviously useful. For example, Daytona, refueling would be on this side of the car. Obviously, this was a sprint race car, so it doesn't really matter. That isn't present on the Sparky. Now, I don't know if that is correct or wrong without having a little bit of a look at both cars in a lot of detail from the real race. Front splitter, I would say MiniGT wins again. So, all in all, the MiniGT beats out Sparky from a quality point of view. Which does surprise me. Spark models in 1/43 and stuff are generally seen as market leading. So is TrueScale, which is what MiniGT parent brand is. In fact, Sparky and TrueScale kind of work together as well on a few projects. But definitely the MiniGT is the better casting. So if it wasn't for the fact this is only available as Sparky and this is only available as MiniGT, I'd be looking for the MiniGT liveries if they were the 2 options. You've obviously got Tarmac Works as well, and there are a few new brands that are coming out. Real, is it Real Model or something like that? They're producing GT3rs. You've got the unlicensed model from Star Race. Now, I've only seen pictures. I have ordered some to have a look at. Obviously, being unlicensed, they probably have taken shortcuts, which is what's kept the price down. They do look like they're probably on par with Tarmac Works, but we will see when they come here. I do have some Tarmac Works of this type of GT3, but I do have some new ones arriving as well, so we'll probably do a comparison of MiniGT, Sparky, Real Model, I think it's called. I might have that very wrong. Sparky, MiniGT, Real Model, Star Race and Tarmac Works. And also there is another brand that's name escapes me. Trend Hobby have done a GT3r as well. So all of those models will be arriving soon and we can do a comparison. We're going to be very Porsche heavy over the first few videos, but we will have some AMGs and some other stuff to look at too. Hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry it's a little bit long and a bit waffly. I just wanted to go in detail about both these cars, both from the 2023 race. These are joining my collection. I do have some other 2023 cars, so we'll probably do a video soon once I've collected all of the current released 2023 racers, and we'll do another video like we did with 2017. Like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll catch you for another video soon.